Okay. Let's start, shall we? I guess. I haven't done this in a while. First video of the day. That's actually the second. Our society is overcome by doomer culture. What do I mean by that? Doomer culture is anything like super negative. We are surrounded by negativity anywhere we look, really. The news is always like supremely negative. YouTube in general. There's a lot of drama videos like that. It's nothing good about that usually. Um, in terms of like outlook of life. Yeah, online in general, like if you go on Reddit, Reddit. If you go on Twitter, Twitter's like a rage cesspool. People around us spread it too. Workplace has a lot of negativity as well. Like it's not good. It's not good at all. Then again, it's probably because I'm in a bad workplace right now, getting decent money for what I do, but still. The biggest issue is fear stimulates people very well, and fear sells. Hope doesn't sell as much, but between the two, I'd rather sell hope. I'd rather be a white pilling no, not messiah, but preacher of white pills, let's just say, instead of all these black pills you see like, oh, if you're too short you're never gonna get a girl or some bullshit like that. You can either sell hope or you can sell fear, and I'd rather choose hope, just like Hamza. um this generation of men are the most depressed and lonely yet, and I think it has a lot to do with just the way our world is painting itself, like it's like super black pilled out there, not for the best. It's also to do with bad parenting. Parents don't really know what they're doing nowadays, I would say. As a, and then you can trace that back to culture as well. So it can go real deep if you think about it. Um, Also, pleasure seeking, well, nowadays is in ways too comfy. Like especially the Western part, the Western culture is all about consumerism and seeking easy pleasures in life. Instant gratification creates these men. I know since I was a man like that myself, but nowadays I try to steer clear of that, but I still fall down these pitfalls, and that just goes to show how hard it is to climb out. Uh, if a guy can like me can do it, you can do it too. But I'm just saying, like, he will struggle as well. That's just part of the package, I guess. I seek suffering and self betterment, and I think you should too. But expect to uh, stumble a little bit, let's just say, because because of the nature of us humans were mm, like bred to be lazy and nurture as well. Parents are trying to like make it easy for us and stuff. Those two things will hold us back a lot, but we can definitely get out of it. Just like Hamza, like he was full on, as he says, crackhead. Fuck, I don't like saying that word, but yeah, that. And he got clean. 2 years, he's already like getting half a mil subs. Insane progress, insane follow through as well. Daily habits, he's just nailed it down. Uh, Something that I'm looking forward to myself is seeing myself in a similar position. And let's, I think we can all get there. I'm sure that some people are even uh, a lot of people are better off than Hamza and are better off than me, and they will get there faster than us. And you can definitely get there by just following our advice, I'd say. Uh, Save you time. You'd fix a lot of men through dopamine detox and fixing their bad habits, but they must seek it. You cannot force it out of them. This is like, I think it's some, I'm going to paraphrase, but the can't drag a horse to the water, it must want it. Or is it hay? Something like that. I could give, well, this is, I'm just coughing. It's a little bit. Uh, I could give you all the tools. Say, for a good body, I could give you like a workout plan, uh, money for protein, and a shopping list. But if you don't want to do it, you'll never get there. The only way to truly help is to spread a culture of striving to suffer and self-betterment. Whether it's through these videos, like I do, or through memes, which are unwieldy replications of ideas that spread through people and culture. This is partly why I do these vids to help the battle against doomerisms. I really hate doomerisms. They held me back too. It's kind of self-reinforcing in a way where young men these days they'll think about getting out of this hole, and then all this culture will try to push them back in. And I hate that I had to go through that. And I don't want other people to go through that, so that's why I'm battling against it. And on the meats point, you can actually see an example from Hamza's channel. He does like Jeffrey and Adonis, stuff like that. And this is like a way of spreading the idea of self-improvement. And I think it's a wonderful idea. I'm going to try coming up some myself to help you guys out. Uh, it's fun and it's like informative at the same time, and it gives the message wings. Our society would be far better off without constant doomerisms and black pills trying to reduce and break people's spirits. Now, on that point, I think it's pretty obvious why, but let's just go through down this lane of thinking. Having people indulge into more positive ways of being, I think, would just make society way better. I mean, it would probably be less. There'd be first of all, there'd be a nicer culture of like will to power, as they say, uh, which is very important. Would have more confident, like people on average. Would have stronger people on average, smarter people on average, um, courageous people, people that wouldn't crumble under someone else's like opinion. We would have a lot less of like this worshipping weakness type people. I don't need to give examples of that. I think you know what I mean when I say that. It's a terrible thing because we could almost say that if these people that worship or embrace weakness, if they were born under any other generation, they would either, well, they would be better people in general, I'd say. The first step is to see the problem for what it is and to give the lens for other people to see as well. And this is what these videos are as well. Like, I'm giving you. This is a classic line of in the Matrix where they say, "You want the red pill or the blue pill?" The red pill, in this case, I guess, is just the white pilling because you'll see through all this doomerism, all these doomerisms, all these black pills being spread to profit off people to uh, have a more controllable society, and you can completely reject that. And I think that's what I want people to be is to be stronger, more individualistic, maybe even more selfish. But selfishness isn't usually a bad thing. Um, there are good ways to be selfish, and there are bad ways to be selfish. And I think in most ways, uh, selfishness can actually be selflessness when you apply it over a period of time. Let's say you can always give back when you take away from people, and I think that applies here as well.
This is poorly phrased. What I mean is, you can only help others when you help yourself first, and more effectively as well. I hope I don't have to explain what I mean by that.
Ironically, people who try to avoid suffering suffer anyway. And this is through regret and meaninglessness. And this is, well, I'm borrowing this also from another person. Just going over the flow or flowing through the stream of life. This is what we call meandering, goalless, mindless, autopilot existence, I'd say. Uh, where you let other people decide things for you, where you let life decide things for you. And life isn't a very nice mistress, I'd say. It's not very nice at all. If you're not careful, you can fall down into that thinking that way of life. And before you know it, you've lost a few years, maybe a few decades, without realizing it at all before you rise up again. You need to be very, very careful when you think about the way you delegate your time, what you want to do in life, what your purpose is. If you have one, you should really have a purpose. That will definitely get you back on that path of being in your own control, having your own agency. Resist this culture that spreads weakness and comfort and embrace hardship and suffering because, in the end, the latter will help you. The people who embrace suffering are free from it long term. They get to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Hmm. There's another way of saying it, actually. I'm trying to remember it right now. The people who go for the easy way will live a hard life. People who go for the hard way will live an easy life. That's another way of saying it, and I think that holds even stronger because it's simpler. It's another borrowed phrase, but hey, it's like an amalgamation. This channel, I would say, from stuff I've learned, and I can filter it through me to you to see what sticks, see what people appreciate, see if there's any way to make this advice even more potent. Yeah, yeah. Challenge yourself, guys. All right, promise me. See ya.